Hey everyone, ZCrazyG here, back with another video. So as many of you are probably aware by now, the Crash Bandicoot mobile game that leaked a couple months ago has had a soft launch, so to speak. It's now available to download in certain regions, though it's still clearly a work in progress build. This has been presumably released for testing purposes to get feedback for an official release, which could be potentially soon. And with the help of some kind folk on Discord, I managed to find a way to give the game a go. So I've spent some time with the game and I just want to share my thoughts and opinions on what I've experienced so far. So, Crash Bandicoot Mobile is a mission-based runner game where you are constantly running forward, shifting between 3 lanes, controlling Crash to avoid obstacles and collect items and make it to the end. If you have played any runner games, you should know what to expect. The difference here being the twist of including certain elements of gameplay from the Crash Bandicoot platformers. Breaking crates, spinning away enemies, you get the idea. The goal of each stage is to make it to the end and defeat the main enemy of that course. Once you've defeated 4 main enemies, you then get to go against a boss, which upon beating, you'll get access to the next area with a different environment and 5 more missions. So this seems like a fairly standard runner game where you can progress in a linear fashion. Yes, but there's a catch. In order to access each mission, you need to have a certain amount of tools and gadgets. These are obtained at Coco's base in between missions. However, in order to obtain these items, you need to craft them, for which you need materials, and I'm sure you can see where this is going. To obtain these materials, you can go on a collection run where the level is more structured like an infinite runner. In these, you simply run and collect resources along the way, so it's nice to have that option of the classic free run style and the mission based style. Once you have the resources, you can then craft items, though you will have to wait a certain amount of time for them to craft. But you can speed this process up by spending crystals, yet the further you get in the game, the more expensive items are to craft and the more time they need to craft. The way microtransactions will be implemented is about as subtle as a brick decking you in the face. It's just like any other Crash Bandicoot story, but instead of saving the world with your platforming skill, you're saving the world with your pin number. So that aside, how does the gameplay fare? Well, it's just as fine as any other runner game you may have played on mobile, though a bit higher quality and smoother than most of the shit on the storefront. For adapting the Crash gameplay into a quicker and more digestible mobile format, it does absolutely fine. It's fairly responsive, though I will say trying to spin and move sideways can kinda become muddled, leading to some stupid deaths. I played this on a Sony Xperia XZ1, so not even the most recent model, and it still ran absolutely fine. Granted, my screen recorder did cause some slowdown, though when I played it without the recording, it was fine. Presentation-wise, it's perfectly acceptable for a mobile game. I know some people are a bit split on this art style, some think it's fine, some others hate it, but there's a few things you have to understand. 1, this is not a finished product you're seeing, though the end result may be fairly similar. 2, this art style does have to be made more simplistic to be able to run more smoothly on mobile. 3, there's nothing wrong with King getting an opportunity to give their take on the character designs. Yes, it's not to everyone's taste. Yes, Dingodile looks like a blended up toe and Coco looks like a gremlin here. But overall, it still exudes that feeling of Crash. The same goes for the music. It's actually very good remixing of familiar tunes and providing some new ones in a similar style. I actually really like the collection run music. It kind of reminds me of a PS2 era platformer tutorial. I don't know why, it just does. Here's the main thing you have to keep in mind for this game though. You have to take it for what it is. I already know some people are going to take one look and make very quick judgments simply based on the fact that it is a mobile game due to the stigma against mobile gaming. You have to expect that due to this being a game intended to run and work on mobile devices, it's not going to be as fleshed out or of a similar level of quality to a fully fledged console game. And yes, it's 100% going to have a grindy microtransaction fueled progression structure. It's a mobile game made by King. What more do expect. It's par for the course with these things. For what it is though, it's a simple, quick and enjoyable little runner game themed around Crash Bandicoot. And if you're fine with that, then I think you'll enjoy this. I had fun with what little time I had with it, and I could see myself playing it occasionally when I'm waiting for something or just want a quick distraction. I'm sure once it's released officially, it'll be more polished, and I'm sure that it will receive mixed opinions. But as a small little side game on mobile for the Crash series, it's a decent game, just as long as you go into it with the right expectations. And with that, I'll leave it there. So tell me everyone, what do you think of Crash Bandicoot Mobile? Do you think you'll be playing it once it's officially released? Do let me know in the comments below. And with that, thank you all so much for watching everyone. It honestly means so much. Feel free to like and subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care guys.